Okay, let's go again on the auto pairing. I picked up my Muswell Hill Blitz trophy last night at the AGM. That was nice. Played some more Blitz as well after the AGM. Yeah, apparently the 17 out of 17 was unprecedented. Leon Arden had said, he'd been at the club since 1976, and it was one of the most impressive tournaments he'd seen. But I was a bit lucky. I was a rook down in one game, which I did emphasise. Let's play this Vienna stuff. Knight c3. Okay, f4 now. I think Knight c6 is more testing. I did look this up recently, and hopefully I have more of a clue what to do. It's not d3. I think it's Queen e2 is better than d3. I'll try this Queen e2. So the idea is just to quickly castle queenside with bishop f4 and castles queenside. d3 is a little bit slower, and so it's really questioning what the knight's doing on e4. So I just used an opening explorer over a past Blitz game to find this out, that when I was playing it was slightly less statistically successful than this method. So the Queen e2. So now hopefully, bishop f4 is like classic overprotection of e5 anyway, and then castle queenside seems kind of logical. Hopefully it'll work out, and then c4 also is an idea immediately now, to put more pressure on d5. Okay, that's a bit of an issue. I'll play ef or e6. I don't know, e6 is tempting actually. Maybe I can hold on to that e6 pawn. Well, in fact, it's difficult to even attack. There's no queen d6 here, obviously, because of bishop d6. So, if I'm going to play c4, I don't know. I think black's position is difficult here, especially after that f6 move. Now, if bishop d6, queen d6. But then, okay, bishop d6, bishop g3. Does he really want to take on g3 and open up the h file? Probably not. I'll play this c4 now. So I'm immediately threatening, actually, now bishop d6, bishop takes and cd, protecting the e6 pawn. Okay. I wonder about g3 here. We're going to do a bishop h3 to protect e6. Bishop h3. Play rook he1. Maybe knight h4 to f5. Okay, now if I can get an f5, that would be a really nice pawn. I know it's queen f4. I'll just move my king, I think. I think it's worth moving my king anyway, and then starting an onslaught on the g file with rook g1. Rook g1, double up rooks. Should be good fun. Maybe rook g4 gains a tempo on d4 anyway, to make the attack a bit faster. Oh, this is a very juicy position. Knight e5 takes, queen takes, e takes, f6 is really dangerous. In fact, I just do knight takes d4 here if I want to. But the opponent's going to offer queen for 2 rooks, so I don't know. Do I want to blockade on d3 first? Otherwise d3 could be nasty. That's a problem. Don't know. Rook G1 D3. Mind you, if I move my king first. Oh, this is actually tricky. I can't move the knight because the knight E5. C3 D3. Rook, so what about A3 and then Rook D3? I think that might be good. Just, I don't know actually. This is tricky. All of a sudden. Alright, the bishop's not that well deployed though here. So maybe bishop F1 to stop this D pawn. Then just playing it a bit slower. Okay, Queen F2. But then D3.
Draw.
I'll block this pawn. Queen E1. What about Queen E1 first? Then it allows an attack on that. Oh dear. How do I stop all these issues? 91, 95. Queen F2, D3. I think I have to go for this. I'm just going to have to go for this. And now D3 here. And D and CD. Because I have got a bit of a space advantage anyway with that E6 wedge. So he gets double pawns in this ending. Right, knight E1 to D3 to attack C5. Change the plan then. Okay, the knight's nice on D4, I know that. And King D1, Bishop F3 is not particularly pleasant. So King C3 here. So I'm still threatening knight takes C5. But he's got knight takes F5. But the knight takes C5. Maybe I've still got an advantage. It's just completely different to before, the nature of it. Well, I've got the passed E pawn still. Now B4 maybe. Play B5, trying to get these pawns a bit dangerous. So as soon as the knight moves, Rook D4 is also good to get Rook D8 in. So try to get the knight to move. B5 now. Squeezing. D4. Now I can play B6 and Bishop H3 again to if I need to protect F5. Okay, what about Bishop D3 instead? Just to try and centralise that bishop. Okay, now I think the knight should move so I can play B6. So where knight, maybe also knight takes C7 as a threat here. But I've just dropped the E6 pawn. Oh, great. Okay. So he's a bit short on time. Threatening Rook D7, among other things. I think that just queens. And let's just sack this bishop. Oh god. No, I'm queening first. Right. Do I let him queen and just play Bishop G6? Yeah. Bishop G6. There's no checks. Okay, he resigned. That was a bit of a fun game. So it was using a novelty that I'd researched. Not D3 here. I think this is too passive. I think Queen E2 is better results. So the idea was just using the D pawn for a quick casting queenside. So instead of B takes, the bishop can come out now quickly to F4, and I think I had a lot of issues here. But the G file, it was difficult to use it because of this threat of D3. So had to spend some time and eventually allowing D3 here. But then this end game, it's a bit shattered, black's pawns. So it's still tricky, this end game. And these pawns on the queen side are very dangerous. So yeah, I think that was an interesting win. Not too bad compared to other games. Hope you enjoyed it. Please leave any comments or questions on YouTube. Thanks very much.